working? Is that working? Test, test. Hello, hello. Test, 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 test. Let's try something. I put this on the second screen here. Does that work? Put this on the second screen, bring this to the front. Oh, lower there. Hello, mic hello. Volume there. Test, 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 test. Let's try something. I put this on the second screen here. Does that work? Put this on the second screen, bring this to the front. Oh, lower there. Hello, mic volume. There we go, I'll mute that. Let's see how the fuck this works. You can probably do split screen with this. Split screen for OBS and for... Yeah, that works out, I think. Kinda. I think. I've not done this in a while. Okay, let's see. I'll just load up my latest project, I guess. There we go. And adjust this. Three people watching now. If you're watching, type in the chat so I can at least see if something's happening. Hey Errol, how you doing? I'm just messing around with Streamlabs OBS. I used to use the old OBS to do my old streaming, but today I figured I'm going to mess with the Streamlabs, see how that goes. And we'll see. So, nothing too serious, just it's been a while since I've done any content, so I'll see how it goes. I haven't done much with the audio setup. Is the stream okay for everybody? Can everybody hear me okay? Is there any issues? Is there any interference with the microphone? Let me listen. It's been a while since I've done any content, so just got my fan on. I'll see how it goes. I haven't done much with the audio setup. Is the stream okay for everybody? Can everybody hear me okay? Is there any issues? I'm just trying to listen back, see if I can hear any interference or whatever, because I can't. Okay, working okay. Yeah, today's just pretty chill. I have a few hours to spare, so I figured I'd pop on and do some things. Yeah, I mean, this is just the basic setup I'm using. I was gonna actually just mess around with my synthesizer stuff and show you guys some of it if you guys are interested in how it all works. Since I think it's been a while, I mentioned it on Killer Frag's live stream, and ever since then I was just sort of pop on and do some things. I figured, I'm kind of liking this because I didn't know Killer was a musician as well, which is quite nice. I look a mess right now. Also, if I can reach past the microphone, I have my bottle. Hey, John, I have my bottle of Gravitas pouring up. Yeah, might as well touch up right now. This is going to get a full review. I'm just giving it a few days to test it out and see what I think of it and stuff. And the only thing I would say about this right off the bat is the performance isn't that amazing. But I got the feeling that a lot of people judge the performance based on the on putting on a couple of standard sprays, which I wouldn't say is the best, because if you guys notice, the sprayer on this isn't very heavy. Whereas in your Power Fans Vintage and a lot of other clones, the sprayers are quite, how can I say, very, put this back up here, as you can see, great presentation as well. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, this is what I use. This is actually my latest track. Will this actually, can I pull up my browser? Can I check my Facebook without it showing? Will it let me? Will it let me check my Discord? You finish balance it myself. Yeah, let's go. No, that was Gravitas Poro, Mr. Smelly's own scent by Naughton and Wilson. I got my bottle just yesterday. I'm looking forward to doing a review. I actually have tried it before. I did receive a small sample, as seen here, but this is run dry. And so I was quite excited to actually get an actual bottle of the thing. And I still have some other Power Fans Vintage and stuff to review. So, well, we will see how that goes. Yeah. So today is just pretty chill. Nothing too crazy. I'm just relaxing, but yeah, I was just going to demonstrate some synth stuff and just mess around. I've got about an hour to spare, so I wasn't sure what else to do, so I figured, I may as well download OBS and try some live streaming. But I don't think I've actually done a live stream that's been very super music focused, but I'm just going to demonstrate a few things. So this is actually my latest track that I uploaded. A lot of people quite liked this. This wasn't made for a game or anything, but if you guys would like, I can show you some of the stuff I made for work and other things and stuff like that, if you would like. I mean, I normally wouldn't do it, but it's all going to be added to the soundtrack for the actual game anyway at some point, so I figure I guess I can kind of show it at least. This is my latest one. This is I called it Synths Before Breakfast, and the reason I called it that was I couldn't think of a name, but I do remember I finished this track before breakfast just yesterday, so I figured, it reminds me of nails before breakfast, nails for breakfast, tax for snacks. So I called it Synths Before Breakfast, and it got me thinking of Contra, AVG, and I beat Contra before breakfast, so I figured I'd go with that. But this is the Retro KZ, or the Retro Keys. It's by a company called Beat Skills. You can get this for about $60, I think it is, retail. And what this is it's not an actual full-on synthesizer. It is actually a rompler. So it's pre-programmed sounds, but the sounds that come from this are made using actual, real, original synthesizers. So, as you can see, we got a bunch of sounds here. And we've got your classic, clavy. And the other thing I used was the Synth Master for the bass. Hopefully FL won't crash, let's see. It's one of the bass lines, another one is the more aggressive. Really nice sounding thing. I've got the main attack pad here. All rompler sounds being rendered in real time. Really nice. And we got the classic bells. Let's see. Go listen back to that, make sure my microphone isn't picking up. It won't crash. Let's see. Yeah, it's not picking up my keyboard too bad. That's not too bad. That's okay then. Okay. So, what is everybody wearing today, fragrance-wise? I am wearing the Gravitas Poro. I just got it yesterday, and I'm looking forward to reviewing it and a few others. I think once I review Gravitas and I feel confident about the reviewing thing, I can go back on to reviewing other stuff as well, which will be quite cool. So we'll see how that goes. Got my fresh orange juice. But anyway, if anyone who would like to hear this track, I haven't. It's uploaded to SoundCloud. I haven't put it on YouTube yet. I'm going to do it after the Gravitas review. So I wanted to have some fragrance content and then the track and then other stuff and then fragrance content and try and balance everything. Can you smell what the Lex is cooking? So who would like to hear this? If you guys would like, I'll let you hear it before I actually upload it. If you guys would like, let me know in the chat. This actually got front paged on the Newgrounds website just today when I uploaded it. Making 80s music. Making 80s music while wearing my Gravitas Poirot. It smells fantastic. Really, by the way, really nice presentation. Very heavy bottle, nice metal plaque on the front engraved. Even the cap is very heavy and, as you can tell, it's not a cheap plastic cap or nothing. You know, they didn't cheap out on it. But this is the latest one I made, which I'm amazed got front paged, which made me very happy. But this is my latest. I normally don't do them. It's just that I have an hour to spare. I've got another VR event in another hour, and I'm gonna have to. No sound. It should be making 80s music. There should be sound. I can hear it on my stream. I can hear it on my feedback. Is there no sound for anybody else? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it might be a lag issue. I literally just installed Streamlabs 15 minutes ago, so this is me giving it a test run to see what it can do with just the default settings. And depending how this goes, we'll change things. So I figured I can mess around with it, but I really need to push it and live stream with it to see how it goes. But this is my latest creation. I finished just yesterday before breakfast. Going to play the whole thing because it does repeat a little bit because I had to extend it to 4 minutes, but so far I'm loving living my own place. A lot more freedom. I can have a wank whenever I feel like without worrying about my dad walking in. How you doing, son? I'm fine, Dad. How about you? But I'm quite enjoying it. It took a while to get used to. I actually didn't like the house at first, but we'll talk about that in a second. But was the one I made yesterday. Let me see if I can tilt the camera down. I'm using the Brio and it has this annoying little adapter at the back that sometimes just refuses to tilt the camera down, so you end up like someone mentioned about the screen space thing, so you can see my big fat belly, which isn't as fat as it was because I've lost some weight because I've been so damn busy working because I need to pay bills and shit now. Yeah, so yeah, that's my latest creation, but I'll get some other stuff I can show off as well. I can let's see. Cannoli is my poor Cannoli. Just to clarify, if there's any issues, video, audio, the software, anything, please let me know, because this is my first time using the old Streamlabs. The only reason it was so easy to live stream before was because I already had the files and stuff and the settings saved, so I just loaded up the old settings and I knew it was going to work. But this is my first time trying the Streamlabs OBS out, so so far it seems okay, but no guarantees. So we'll go through some projects and see what we've got here. Some of this will be cringe as all hell. Oh, what is this, the retro? No, this is an old one of these. Just go double check that it was going to work, but this is my first time trying. I'm just going to listen back to this volume. Someone mentioned tilt the camera down, so you end up like, there we go. Oh, yeah, so that's not too bad. I'm just going to turn some of the volume in these down. Yeah, the mic is low versus that. Yeah, agreed. Like, test. Yeah, this is. Give me a sec. There's a mixer here. Copy, remove. I'll turn the mic up full, and see if that does anything. And we'll have a listen to that here. Tilt the camera down, so you end up like. There we go. Oh, yeah, so that's not weird. Anyway, it should be a little better now, because I have to be quiet because I've got neighbours downstairs now. Like, you're being too noisy. And I'm like, hey, fuck off. And they're like, we're gonna call the cops. And I'm like, ooh, but call the cops on the Lex, man. Who do you think you are? I was doing fragrance reviews when you were still working at Subway, asshole. And yeah, we'll just ignore this. This is a news. Arnold. So yeah, like yeah, the Retro Volt, I actually got this. This is the first demo I made with it. I got this. This is also by Beat Skills. It's the first actual synthesizer. See, they normally make ROM players and samplers, pre-done sounds that you can use. But I believe, to my knowledge, this is their first actual synthesizer that you can program from scratch. And it's a bitch to set up. It's like all these, you need to like, I'll show you what I mean. Like if I can pick the sounds, see the sound library, Factory Bank, A, B, C. It's a bit of a mess. But this is my first actual demo I made with the Retro Vault, which isn't actually an 80s. Well, it kind of is, but anyway. I am the law. And yeah, I was quite impressed with it. Only 3 channels here. We get my favorite drum machine. This is a very good drum machine. This is called the VS-DSX, and this only costs. I mentioned this on Killer's stream. This only costs about $20. I think it's $25. And to my knowledge, these are the most, the 80s, you guys will probably recognize, yeah, Italo Disco, exactly, Matty. That style of drum, the Simmons drum, the synth drum. To my knowledge, these are the most accurate, like, synthesized drums that you can get, to my knowledge. I've heard that some of the synthwave artists use them. The Genesis 16 we've got C64. You know, good at the old school Commodore stuff. I actually can't demonstrate any of my Commodore style music on here because my Commodore 64 synthesizer has actually stopped working. I need to fix it. I've actually got the newer version. FL Studio, but I'm using the Super Duper Deluxe All Plugins bundle, which gives me everything. Which works, I was saying to Killa as well, this works for me because I think he uses Ableton Live, but FL works for me because I do a lot of composition. I don't do a lot of live recording, and FL, one of its biggest weaknesses is live recording into it is just, but for composition from scratch and stuff, and structural MIDI stuff, it's superb. And that's what I normally do a lot. That's what I do for work and other things and other projects. Which is why I find it so easy. But as I said to Killa, any software is only as good as the person using it, and also only as good as the instruments. I mentioned on his live stream, I said your software is like your garage, like a garage band. It doesn't matter if it's a rundown old garage. Doesn't matter if it's a brand spanking new garage. What matters is what you put in it. So you can have the most fancy garage in the world. But if you have a bad drummer, a bad guitarist, someone who can't play bass, it's going to be shit. But you can have the most rundown, smelly, dirty, mold-ridden garage, but you fill it with some talented musicians with good quality instruments, and you got magic. Good for recording, I would say Ableton Live. Or worst case, Audacity. Record into Audacity, put it into an editor, and do your thing. Whatever works for you personally. I just like this because I've been using this for 10 years and I like the composition part of it personally. Let's see what I've got. Who would like to see some of the stuff I've got for work that isn't ready yet? No, I can't. I can't show you. I'm sorry. Let's see. I can't show you some of that stuff. I can show you it once the game comes out. Until it comes out, I can't demonstrate it. What have I got for this Poison demo? Let's have a look. Let's see what magic have I got. I can only live stream for about another 45 minutes or so. I just had an hour to spare, and I figured I may as well try the live stream format, and that way I can pass the hour at least doing something somewhat productive. What is this? Let's hear. I remember making that. I've got that as well. Let's see if I get some of my work projects. Strike Deluxe, main play 2. See if I can find multi-ball. I work for a pinball company, and I normally do a lot of the music for the games. So these are some of the music you'll actually hear in the game. So if you buy the game on Steam or on Xbox or Switch or Android or iPhone, you'll actually hear some of these tracks in the game. But this is one I made for Strike. Strike is a bowling themed game, and we made it into a pinball. So I figured, I'd try it. So. And we went for that, and it turned out to actually work. Not at the moment. I've got fresh orange juice. I was supposed to have mango vodka that I was going to mix in with the orange. So I had like an orange and mango thing going on, but for some reason Amazon, where I get my booze, because Amazon is normally quite a lot cheaper than retailers, so I got it from them, and for some reason I ordered 6 bottles, and the reason I ordered 6 is they stick it in one big wine box which has the 6 slots, so they just give you one wine box as opposed to the smaller, thinner boxes and stuff. So it sounds like I know, but I was supposed to get mango vodka and some other stuff, but for some reason they said we'll send you 3 this week and 3 next week, and I was like, never done that before, but okay. Just fuck my entire routine up, I don't mind. Sniffing Smurfy's bicycle seat smells of strawberries. Oh, Dan is a lucky man. I made some rave, some old school rave stuff back in the day. Oh, I've got Night Rider. Oh, someone's up in my DMs. Cajun. Hey, my dude. Just spawn to him since it's been a while. And pull up the... there we go. So, do not laugh at me, guys. I made this in 10 minutes by ear, but this is me attempting the Knight Rider theme in the Retro Vault. Sounds pretty terrible compared to the other stuff. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. I mean, I need to work more on that, because I have to play it by ear, for a lot of it. All of this is all done by scratch, actually. So nothing too serious tonight, guys. Just chilling out, just chatting, fucking around with synths and stuff, and having fun. Let's see. What have I got that you guys might like? Let me see. Rave demo. Synthwave City King. Oh man. Ridge Racer. Does anybody here remember Ridge Racer? It was a popular arcade game that got ported over to the PlayStation 1 in the 90s. It was a very Namco made it. It had a lot of bouncy, you know, bum 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 bum. Very, very old school 90s racer. It was quite popular in Japan at the time, in the arcades, and then it got ported over to the PlayStation. So, I've been trying to copy that style for a while, and it's been kind of difficult because it's one of those obscure genres that's not really, like, you can't just look up a tutorial, here's how you make Ridge Racer music or something. It doesn't exist. So the only way to do it is to just listen to the fucking tracks and go, okay, how did they do this? How did they do that? How did they make this sound and make that sound? And I use a synthesizer called the Poison. And it's a modern synth, but it's very old school in its sounds, if you listen here. And I'm using the VSDX for the drums here, so give me a sec. I'm just going to mute everything and let you just hear the drums on there by themselves. And then we add the bass in. And we're already off to a pretty good start. The song is also pitched forward by, I believe it's 300 cents. Yes, it is. So now we're going to start enabling instruments, and here's what you get when you combine all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put some more of this song on. And well, my man! great to see you too. Hell yeah. Demonstrating some less, how can I say, less frequency activities. But yeah, 180 BPM. Very simple track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sound channels and one for the drums, and that's it. And you listen to the instruments by themselves. They are very simple melodies. They are not anything too complex. And the instruments themselves are actually quite versatile. So, you know. And the cool thing about these is you can mess around with them, so you can do the whole Metroid jump. Like a Metroid on the old Nintendo. Dew, 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 dew. Not perfect, but hey. Really nice synthesizer to work with. A lot of fun. I'm trying to see if I can find some of the tracks I used in my old videos that got cancelled. So the problem is, you guys might have noticed I released what I called the LEX-TV sound collection, and it was kind of incomplete. And the reason for it was, when I composed these tracks, like Mr. Smelly's theme and stuff, back in the day, I used the Mini V2, which is a software version of the Minimoog by Korg. What happened was, I was using a certain version of it. Piracy. I mean, what? It broke and it stopped working. And I lost all the sounds and nothing was working properly. It kept crashing. So eventually I bought the entire software suite legitimately in the future. And when I got the version 3, they changed everything. It did not sound the same. It wasn't the same machine, so to speak. And it was a real bitch to program for and get the old sounds back. So I just said screw it and recreated some of them in other synthesizers as accurately as I could, to see how that went. So I will say this right here is very, very inspiring fragrance. This it certainly gives me the 80s old school hype feel to it, shall we say. I'm not really quite ready to do a review on this, but this does smell quite retro, quite 80s, quite old school, but at the same time it's also incredibly modern smelling, and it's just such a nice balance. It's old school, but at the same time it's so fucking modern. It's like, I love it. I love it. I loved my sample as well. I loved my old sample. I'm empty of this stuff, so this is going to be at least an 8 out of 10 for me. Only thing I'd say that might bring it down a couple of points is the performance. But one thing I'd like to mention, since everybody's watching, look at the sprayer on this thing. So you'll have people with their Creeds and their Bogarts and their Parfums Vintage saying it's not lasting, but remember it's also spraying half the amount that those sprayers spray. You know, you spray on a Bogart, it's like poosh. You spray on a Creed, it's like poosh. You spray on your Parfums Vintage, it's like poosh. This does not have that shower you in cologne sprayer that we're used to. So I would take that into account when judging the performance. And that's why everyone used to bitch at me. You make such a big deal about the sprayer, Lex. You don't. Do you still get? Yes. Boss number 1 is a fantastic 80s smell. If you do some research into Boss number 1, you'll see the sort of things that make it tick, why it smells the way it does. Each to their own, Astro. I know a lot of people say it smells of urinal cake, but for 1985, I'd say it's a pretty, from a house like Hugo Boss of all people, I would say Boss number 1 is a damn good entry into the whole fragrance thing. That reminds me, I can show you guys something rare that has never been released. Who wants to see something rare? I prefer Jeffrey Bean. You know what, Astro? See, just for that, Astro Rap. There we go. Ban user, permanent ban, put in timeout, length of timeout to the end of time. I'm kidding. But I'll show you guys something that's kind of rare. That didn't really. Hey, it's Nerdy Fragrance Reviews. Hey guys, this is everybody. Say hello to Nerdy Fragrance Reviews. She is my new Far Cry 5 partner. We're going to play Far Cry 5 and do the entire story campaign from start to finish and get all the achievements and level our characters up to level 399 or whatever it is. And we're going to spend 50 hours shooting cultists. And we both won't be able to put out any fragrance reviews because we'll be too busy addicted to Far Cry 5. Excellent video game, by the way, despite the political rift it sort of caused. Excellent video game, but I'm going to show you guys something rare. Now, I believe Nerdy Fragrance here has already heard this, but a while back I made a commercial called King's Wholesale, and I did it all in full body VR, so I uploaded it and stuff, and it was, a lot of people found it quite popular. People liked the whole aesthetic because not a lot of things in VR are filmed like that. But what I did do is everything was done by me, so I even done the music for it. So this is the original track I'm gonna let you guys hear, which is also done on the retro keys. Excellent Rompler, by the way. To the fire, long time no see. But yeah, that was a King commercial we made. That was done from scratch. But that's how the song actually sounds like this. But the actual song, as it was composed, was actually pitched slightly down. And the only reason I had to pitch the song up, and if anybody can shine light on this, I will be amazed. But when I put the song into Vegas, for some reason, it sounded off-pitch, like there was something interfering or messing up the audio track, so I had to pitch it up again, which somehow fixed it. I don't know why, but the original song was supposed to be a lot lower pitch like this. And you can hear the difference if we play that at a higher pitch. And then we lower the pitch again, and listen to the difference. Damn it, Nerdy Fragrance, you better stop talking like that, otherwise you're going to end up in private messages that are going to get leaked, and it's going to be like, expose Nerdy Fragrance and Lex being kinky sons of bitches. But that's the king. So give me a sec, and I'll see if I can add another window capture. or edit the current one. Let's see if that works. Kinky. Give me a sec. Excuse me for a little bit, guys. I've never used this software before, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Why is VLC not listed as a window capture device? What the hell? System settings, Discord, window capture. Weird. It's not listing VLC. What about screen capture? Let's see if I can do that. Give me a sec here. I mean, no one behind. You son of a bitch. Video capture the video. Give me just 2 seconds, guys. Sorry, I know this might be a bit of a pain in the asshole, but VLC source. Okay, VLC has its own. Okay, VLC media player seems to have its own thing in this, which is weird. Done, I guess. VLC source. Is that visible? Is it? No? I guess it's networked. I apologize. Let's see. Window. Okay. Video. Window capture. I'll add a second window capture. We'll see if that does anything. Again, I apologize. I've just... No. Okay. Is VLC gonna literally... Oh, I guess not. Let me delete that real quick. Okay, the current window capture is... Yes, I do. There we go. Right, I'll just do desktop capture if it lets me. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to remember how the damn thing... I'll try. Enjoy your dinner. Hopefully it's something is not frozen like what I normally eat. Okay, window. Okay, display capture. We'll add that, I guess, but trust me, guys, it's worth it if I get this up and running. Add source. Yeah, that works. Done. Can everybody see that and hear that? Okay, I'm here to ask you a question. Are you sick of paying ridiculous prices for furniture? Are you tired? Give me a sec. I'm just gonna wait for the stream to catch up so I can hear the fucking thing. Okay, window. Okay, display capture. We'll add that, I guess, but trust me, guys, it's worth it if I get this up and running. Okay, give me just a sec. I'm just seeing if this will play. Works. If it does, then we're back to business. I'll need to sort the delay and stuff later. Hear that? Okay, I'm here to ask you. Okay, it's working. Hell yes. Okay, right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna turn the volume up here. This is the King's Wholesale commercial. Hi, I'm Tony King, and I'm here to ask you a question. Are you sick of paying ridiculous prices for furniture? Are you tired of awkward assembly instructions and poor customer service? Here at King's Wholesale, you don't have to be as rich as a king to live like one. And unlike our rivals, our products aren't made in Chinese sweatshops. They're made in American sweatshops. Buying multiple pieces of furniture can be daunting, but remember, it takes a big man to make a big purchase. This is just one of our many warehouses where our workers take great care to make sure your order arrives on time. Because at King's Wholesale, the customer is king. This item here, bought it at King's. This other item here, also bought at King's. Come on and get it down to King's, cause he has the greatest prices. Come on, let's get down to King's. Hurry up, the sale is ending. Wonder why the Void Club mirror is so damn popular? Because they bought it at King's. Why not show the neighborhood who's boss with a goddamn Ferris wheel in your backyard? Come on and get down to King's, cause our stuff's not made in China. Come on, let's get down to King's, where you make your greatest purchase. Stop being an average Joe today. Get down to King's Wholesale. and that's the King's Wholesale right there. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun making that shit. Christ. Stuff you do with too much time on your hands. I even done some Yakuza videos, but those are for another time. But yeah, I'm making another one. Oh shit! I'm making another one. It's going to be called King Fit. Hail to the king, baby. Yeah. See, it's called Kings because on Steam and on online, my username is normally King. A bit of a story behind that, but that's for another time. It's for my Patreon only subscribers. But I'm working on a new project called King Fit, and it's going to be like your 1980s aerobics, you know, push it to the limit. No one left to stand and all that stuff. I've not, but I have tried Crockett's theme if you'd like to hear. It's pretty basic, but I'll see if I've still got it. Lex Crockett's theme. There it is. Using the Jupiter 8V. This might crash. If it does, I apologize. Yeah, that's the... So I'm using Authentic Synthesizer for the Jupiter 8V, but this is how it sounds. Pretty basic, but I mean, in 10 minutes work, all I need to do really is add a bass in here. So fuck it, let's try that. Let's see if basses that Jupiter has. Probably work on that later. It's a music style I'm not versed with, and I suck at it. Actually, screw it. Who would like to see something super duper secret, but you can't tell anybody? Okay. So this is I don't think I'm gonna lose my job for showing you this, but this is a work in progress I've got for the new game that's coming out. This is I remember is Slice Me Nice. So I mean, I don't even know if I can play that. Let's see, let's mute everything and just try that real quick. Give me a sec here. Make another channel here real quick. I'm doing this just for you, Icehole. Let's see. Let's finish ourselves a nice sound. And we're gonna make the piano. Oh, I fixed the piano roll there. Nope, need to delay that a bit more. Let's see. Nope, not one bit. Let's see. Okay, we got this. Copy paste. We don't have to do that again. Let's see. Nope, delay that just a little bit further, get the timing right. Right, let's do it. 2 bars too long, that should fix it up. Now we just copy and paste a little bit. And add some of these drums in a little bit earlier. I'm not going to save the project file though, because I don't want to mess everything up. Because this is a work project, so shh. Oh no, it's not working. These drums are for something completely different. But I mean, we got it without the drums. Here we go. See, we got it without the drums, you know. Slice me nice. See, we got it. We got it. Eventually. But this is one of the themes of the main characters. It's superhero themed. So this is the main theme that plays for the superhero. I'm quite happy with it. See, what I did was I decided to add an extra synth in here, this here. So this is actually going on in the background. Cool, this is actually still back at the old house. So, yeah, the game is going to be superhero themed, and we're going to have it so the captain is argues with the narrator. So there's going to be like different voices going on. So the narrator will be like, "Can the captain vanquish this evil threat?" And the captain's going to be like, "Of course I can, without even breaking a sweat." So, yeah, this is going to be a serious game. Like we've gotten, all I'm going to say is we've got an all-star team together for this shit. So, even the multi-ball, when there's multiple balls on the screen for the pinball, I've got a theme for that as well. This here. And again, like that style isn't too hard to make. Like the drums, let's have a listen to the drums here. So for the drums, I actually just did 2 channels. So there's 2 separate channels. For the drums, there's a dum 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 dum, and then there's the intro part here. So you hear that, and there's actually 2 synths going on at once. So. And then we get this other one here in the background. And when you combine both of them, you get a nice, almost natural reverb. And then the drums come in. So for that synthy part here, let's break this entire song down and see what's going on. So very simple chords, upper octave. So and these are the same synths from the intro, so we get the same thing going on here. And then in the middle we are, hey, King Kuwas for the win, Cornell. Hell yeah, buddy. And in the middle we've got this bass here. This. But that alone is pretty cool, right? But it's not quite enough, there's something missing. And that's going to get repetitive. The player is going to get bored. They'll be like, is this all it is? Lex fucking Ellis? Oh, never mind that. It's that Evan. Is that my boy Evan? Oh, long time no see, brother. We're just going over some synth stuff. I've got about an hour to spare, so I just figured I would try Streamlabs OBS for the first time. And so far, it's going pretty damn smooth. I'm really liking this software, believe it or not. So we got all that in the background, but what we need is something else. So we need something to add a bit more to it. So we have this very simple melody here. So let's listen to the whole track. We're just going to enable the channels one by one and just listen to how everything sounds when you add in the extras to the song. And there we have it. So all this you gotta takes like a week to make a proper 80s track, and you gotta use like $200 worth of software. That's all bullshit. As I've demonstrated, it's software is important, but what is more important is what you do with it. Yeah. So if this last, well, you sell the LP. I can't comment on that. The soundtrack of the game is actually available to buy on Steam right now. You can go onto Steam and buy the soundtrack, and obviously I get a cut of the sales, so everybody should fucking buy it. I mean, what? but yeah, that you can buy the soundtrack for the current game, and once you buy the soundtrack on Steam, so say you buy the soundtrack right now, and then in 6 months 10 new games come out, 10 new pinball tables, you will also get the tracks from them included in your soundtrack. So if you bought the soundtrack 6 months ago, you don't have to buy it twice. It will be updated within your tracks. So you pay for it once and you get everything. How many other companies can offer that? So yeah, I've got that's one of them. So I've got more to work on with this. This is one that's more 90s. Not sure if this table's ever going to get made, but I made a sample track for it anyway and sent it to the company just as a sort of, this is how things could go. Nice RoboCop reference. And that's using the Toxic Biohazard. Very good synth for a 90s old school. Maybe we could literally just mute everything, just have the beat. The 80s movie with Arnold. The Running Man, yeah. Fun fact, actually, if you guys remember that movie, the scene where they all come out on stage and they do the whole ICS thing, you know, and all the dancers come on stage, that is one of the rarest tracks in the world, because apparently that was actually made as a gift for Paula Abdul. So there is actually a guy on YouTube who has managed to find the original song from the ICS commercials featured in the film, and he has uploaded the original Paula's theme track, you know, over the, you know, to YouTube. But apparently that is why it wasn't included in the original soundtrack. It was made as a gift for Paula Abdul. So this random guy just uploads it to fucking YouTube, and it's one of the rarest music tracks in existence. And nobody knows how rare it is. Nobody realizes that this is one of the rarest pieces of music ever. I remember there was a guy. I think it was. I'm not sure if it was a guy or a girl. I think it was a girl. Zonic Synth. I think it was actually two people, a male and a female. Again, I think they were a couple. Zonic Synth, and they actually made 3 versions of the Paula Abdul track on their YouTube, using their own synthesizers, covering it all, and that was I'd never seen anything like that. So that, and then the official track got out, and Fragrance Test Tube, how you doing, brother? Speaking of testing, I'm currently testing this beast. Oh, it's great. We're just messing around. I had an hour to spare, so I figured I'd try out OBS Streamlabs, see how that goes. Since I've never used it, so I'm basically just using this as a test, and we'll see. I'm going to listen back to the video afterwards, and we'll see how the audio was, the audio levels, and see what I can fix and mess with. But I've never used it before, so I figured I'd at least try it since I had some time to spare. Hello? You can hear me? Can you hear me? I hope it should be. Oh, I apologize, Test Tube. I'm sorry. I call everybody brother. I'm so bad at it. Hey, brother. I'm a girl. I'm sorry. Oh, Outrun a Crisis. Let's see. So, welcome back. What did you have to eat? Is this the right one? Alright, I'll tell you what. Before I play this, I'm gonna grab some more orange juice, but this time I'm gonna put some vodka in it. And guys, once I start drinking vodka, I do all sorts of things. I get the handcuffs out, the love ends. You know, start taking my shirt off. I start wearing leather. I mean what? But I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more. I mean, before I do that, I'm gonna spray some more of this on. Kidding. I've not got the. I'm not doing that. You guys can chat amongst yourself about. I'm sure some of the boys here will tell you about the time I decided to spray my ball sack and dick with Kuvos, or was it Lapidus, like 2 years ago. I'm sure some of the guys here remember that shit. That was a fucking meme and a half. They're like, oh, you're not got the balls to do that, and I literally just, and they were like, oh my, I was like, fuck. It's just say, everybody tells you to grow a pair of balls. Balls are not that durable. Now, pussies, they can take a pounding. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. God, the whole squad's online tonight. Jesus, I love how I do a planned live stream. No one shows up. It's like 1 a.m. I just think, oh fuck it, I'm bored. I'll just stream for fuck it. I'll just stream, and everyone's like, hey, how you doing? Let me just check my Discord real quick. Give me a sec, guys. I've got another event in VR plans. I'm just trying to remember when the fucking time of it is. I hate Discord sometimes, I swear. Okay, let me try this. Let's just double check this. So how much time I've got? 3 a.m. I've got another. I can spend another 30 minutes live. Hell yeah, no problemo. Okay, so this track here is also made using the Retro KZ because I just got the fucking thing. But Charles of the Vitz Coolest. Oh, I forgot Evan. Hell yes, you make me jealous. This was actually my attempt at a Sega sound. So you guys remember like Sega arcades, fucking. It's only 8:30. It's only 8:30 here. I'm sorry, Nerdy. You were literally talking about kinky Daleks and plunges and stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, brother. I can't take you seriously after that. I'm sorry. It's either latex and handcuffs or get the fuck out. You know that other weird shit. You know I expect to be paid for that. But this I actually made as a attempt at the whole arcade Sega. You know, Outrun, Afterburner. That sort of cheesy 90s arcade sound. But this is how it turned out. I'm going to fast forward it a little because I don't like the intro too much. But this is how it actually turned out. Eventually. And that's, I mean, it's not super. Yes, Tony, I am still vaping, but just to go back to my point before I continue on the vape talk, this is all done using a Rompler. This is not done using a sound font. There is no sound font. There is no Sega stuff. But I'll tell you one thing that I do have for authentic Sega stuff. You guys are gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Manuel, I can send you it no problem, but I'll also include a design document, only because I've got a very weird way of listing my channels out. So if you load the MIDI file up in your editor, you'll be like, what the fuck is he doing? But check this out, guys. I purchased this from Ali James Labs, and this is the same man who makes the VS DSX drums. Now, as I was saying earlier, these drums here, the VS DSX, are, to my knowledge, the most accurate drums that you can buy for the 80s synth. I mean, as you guys have heard, they are incredibly accurate, you know. Really, really nice sounding drums. And he also made the FM drive. I am, Tony, I said earlier, I'm going to be reviewing this, and once I'm done with this and this turns out well, I'll be getting into more stuff. The problem is I don't buy enough fragrance, so I don't have enough content to review. It's like I'm kind of like a store that's out of stock right now, which is a bit too accurate considering the current corona situation. But anyway, guys, this is the FM drive, and I'll just demonstrate. All those aggressive Sega sounds in there. You get your Shinobi stuff. But here's the thing that makes this interesting. Not only is it completely programmable, but you can apparently hook this up to a Mega Drive, as we've seen here. There we go. See? Yeah, look at that. For authenticity. Who needs an emulator when you just connect it to your actual Sega and just manipulate the sound chip using a PC software, huh? The future is here, gentlemen. But don't forget they made the Terminator game on Genesis, and it had very, very good soundtrack, very, very well composed. I can't actually remember the composer, but I can demonstrate to you guys one thing. Has anybody here ever heard of the series Fantasy Star? Excuse me while I scratch my balls real quick. There we go. Now, am I scratching my balls or scratching my leg? You'll never know. But this is, do not be intimidated. This was before I got the VS-DSX. So I didn't have the best drums at the time, but the Genesis. I've not had the Yamaha YM261, but one of the things the Genesis did was the Genesis could actually had an 8-bit channel, and the 8-bit channel was used frequently because if you listen to Streets of Rage 2 without the 8-bit channel, it doesn't sound the same. But the 8-bit channel allowed for a very good quality sound, but it's a very... I can show you guys the manual for the FM drive. It's like 50 pages. So I've even had other people who have actually worked on other games tell me, ditch that fucking thing, make your own shit. But this is the Synthmaster player. I got this for $6 on sale. $6. Now this is not a full-on synthesizer. I do actually own the full Synthmaster. I own the Synthmaster 1 and the 2.5. I own both of the synthesizers, but this is the player. This thing, all this does is play the goddamn sounds. So you might be asking yourself, you know what, Kingy boy, Lexi boy, there's no way you can make Sega Genesis music on something that only costs $6, right? Gotta be talking shit. Well, let's have a listen to this and see if I'm still talking shit. Genesis, but those sounds sound awful 90s to me. They sound very similar to a certain game console that Sega released. Let's just break this down a little. Oh, that's one sound that sounds very similar. I wonder what happens if we pitch these down by 1200 cents. Wow, they sound very, very similar to the Sega Genesis sounds. But that can't be possible because you can't get that sound unless you spend premium cash. Right? Can you play tunes from FL Fletch? No, I can't. I'm actually very bad at by ear stuff. It took me a while. I'm gonna demonstrate actually. That was one of the first songs I made on the Synthmaster, but I'd say the one I'm most proud of. Let's see if I can find the damn thing. Bubblegum Crisis. Now you guys are going to love this because the story behind this fucking song. Oh, Beverly Hills Cop. Just you wait. I got you, brother. Let's see, Lex. So I got once this loads up, give me a second. I can stay on for 15 more minutes. After that, I'm gonna go have a wank. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm totally not gonna go jerk off to hentai, but all joking aside, I got this synthesizer for free called Flex, and this is it right here. And it comes with a bunch of free packs, including a synthwave pack by engineer Saif Samir. So this is a free synthesizer, right? There's no way this thing's any good. It cost me nothing. It was free. Well, let's just listen to it and find out if it's any good. do now is we just turn the BPM up to 80. We increase the sound of the drums, and we get this. Wait, let me just pitch it down just a little for that aggressive analog sound. When you're playing Dance Dance Revolution and you get to like level 20, I actually can't play any instruments apart from a little bit of harmonica, because I can't play with two hands. See, I can do the right hand stuff, no problem. So you asked me to play something else. No problem. But I actually can't play instruments, so the synthesizer allows me to use technology to sort of do the things that I personally can't. But one thing I'm going to talk about, and this is, you guys are going to love this. You guys are going to find this hilarious. Alright, so do not be intimidated by what you're about to see. This might seem like a fucking mess. I mean, just look at this. Look at there. That's just one channel. We got all these complex synth things here going in. But so this is actually from an anime called Bubblegum Crisis, and Bubblegum Crisis has a particular scene where they're all working out and stuff, and it has actually, fuck it, I can actually let you hear the original song if you just give me just 2 seconds. Excuse me a sec, just need to download. I've got downloaded already. I know it's there. Where the fuck is the damn thing? Just excuse me a second while I find the fucking track. Come on, it's gotta be there. I know I downloaded it. No, it's not. I'll just search for the fucking thing. Bubble. Right, there we go. Yeah, original and Tokyo 2040, yeah. Evan, you're gonna love this, because if I can do the display capture here, if it lets me. There we go. This is the original song. Oh wait, no, that's actually my cover. Sorry, this is the original one. I apologize. But yeah. If it comes back up, I'd really appreciate it. Oh wait, I need to move my window capture. Sorry, display capture, is that it? No, video capture device needs to go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Give me a second. For some reason it's hiding my video capture device. There we go. Oh, that's the original one, right? So I was triggered as hell. I was like, you know what? I love that song. I I want to find it. But here's the thing. There was no official release because there's 2 versions of it. If you listen to the English dub of the show, it's just the basic bum 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 bum. That's not there. It's completely gone. That was exclusive to the Japanese version, which was called Funky Dad or Funky Man or something. And they didn't release it, so I figured, you know what, fuck it. If I cannot find the goddamn song on my own fucking thing, I'm going to make my own. So that's what I did. So I listened to the song over and over and over and over and over and played the entire fucking thing by ear. And this was the result. The episode where they're doing the workout and the episode where the cop, what's his name, Leon or something, I can't remember his name, goes apeshit and I watched the series over a year ago, I can't remember, but I did like it. 2040 was pretty good, but I didn't like the whole boomers this and boomers that. I liked the horror aspect of the original 1980s version. But this is my particular cover of it. I want to clarify, since the song is very simple and it didn't get an official release, the only choice I had was to make up my own shit. So after this main bing 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 ba ba bam bam ba ba bam, everything after that is my original composition. And I have the only reason I'm making a big deal out of this is because I've had my work stolen before, where people are like, "Oh, that's the original," and I'm like, "No, that's not. I made that 2 years ago. That's not the original. You stole that from me." So other than the everything else is my original composition based on the source material as inspiration. Here it comes, boys. Get your leg warmers on. It's about to go. Do my Japanese para dance. God damn you, asshole. But yeah, I am so happy with how that turned out. And at the time I released this track, there was no covers or remixes of the original song. This was the first track that had actually attempted to put a high quality version of it out there. And literally about 5 months after I made this, some guy uploaded the original track, the actual ripped original track in high quality, and I was like, you fucking kidding me? I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And people in the comments like, well, this wasn't made by you, this was made by LEX-TV. So I'm like, no, this is actually the original track. But you can see what I did. Like, again, very simple. The only thing that's actually tricky about this track is actually the bass line, and I will explain this real quick. Just listen to how it goes. Yeah, exactly, Evan. Because this was the first attempt at actually covering it. I was the first person that ever do it. I was also one of the first to actually do a Phantasy Star theme as well. GTV himself even loved my theme. He even said that, he said he was very confident if I'd made that 10 years ago, they'd put it in the game. But the thing that makes it so tricky is the bass line. You see, the bass line can make the rest of the synth sounds sound off, like the counter. So that's what made this tricky. So the original composition part here, if I enable everything again, sorry, I'll get 5 minutes. I'm going to extend it to another 15 minutes. Fuck it, I've got too many good things to show you guys. You're all coming out supporting, hell yeah. So again, that's a very simple melody, but so let's just listen to that. And that's one of the things that makes this track is interesting. Is it's when it comes to I've had a lot of people ask me how to get that unique sound or get this. One thing I want to say to everybody, and I'm not joking around or being funny, I mean this 100%. This looks simple to me, but it's not that simple. It's actually pretty difficult. All of these techniques and the styles I used to get, quote, that 80s sound was developed by me. I had no tutorials. I had nothing. I used to watch like Rambo and stuff. One of the things I used to do to get into it is I used to watch movies and TV shows. And it was like else like, thank you. What's my reward? Your reward is a deluxe copy of Doom Eternal. Anybody want to buy me Doom Eternal on Steam? Anybody? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not pressuring, but win a chicken dinner. I'm sorry, I'm not a PUBG fan, but legit. But like when I came up with these techniques and stuff, there was no tutorials. There was some very simple Italo disco stuff. That was it. So what I used to do was I used to just sit and I would get like Rambo or Miami Vice or something, and I would mute the volume. I would play it on VLC. I would mute it. I would put it up, and I would just play along to I would watch the scene. I would watch the characters, their emotions, set the scene. I would play my own music and see how it fit. So all of these techniques that I used to get, quote, that 80s sound was developed by me. There was no one to teach me. There was no so yeah, like at this point, I'm the guy that's been wanting lessons is now teaching, but it doesn't take a lot. I will demonstrate this. So let's have a look at the bass. We've all listened to how simple the bass is, but let's listen to the other two things at the start here. So how do we get that twang? How do we get that How do we get that unique twang? Well, let's break it down. Let's listen to the first channel. It's not that impressive, it's pretty basic. Now let's listen to the second channel by itself. It's pretty nice, but there's something missing. But when we compare the two of them, we take that bing, 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 bing and compare it with the bing, 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 bing. We get this. And the track immediately sounds, the track goes from a 6 to a 10, like that. Boom, that's all it takes. Some minuscule little instrument you wouldn't pay any attention to can be the difference between a good track and a great track. And that's where the experience comes in. So let's listen to the main riff, the how do we get that sound? Now, let's listen to the first part. You hear how it's almost been kind of drowned out a little by the bass? Well, the reason for that is it doesn't have something kicky. So let's mute that and listen to the second track that is coupled with it. Aggressive, punchy sound, but it doesn't have that wow wow, that twang to it that we need to get the sound we want. So what do we do when we take a soft sound and a punchy sound and we combine them, the yin to the yang? When you combine the yin to the yang, you get this. And that's how you make that sound. Everybody, I'm very confident every single person that tries to do this or asks me how to accomplish this has the tools in their arsenal. They just don't know how to use them, and that's basically it. Same with this, you know. Sorry, this here. Incredibly simple melody, but when you combine it with something aggressive like and it makes something completely different, and that's how simple it is. I mean, look at this part here. It sounds, oh my god, that sounds epic. There's nothing epic about it, it's just simply see the difference it makes? Just muting one channel can change the entire track, and that's basically it. That I'd say that's where the experience come in, knowing like when you can listen to a sound and you know this can be used for this is perfect for this or that or the next thing. That's how you know. And yeah, I know some people have mentioned the Lex sound. Some people have called it that before, the Lex sound, which I do not like at all. I actually don't like when people say that unique Lex sound, because I kind of feel like I'm stepping on other people's toes. When you totally did not pirate Doom Eternal. We all pirated Doom Eternal. I'm gonna buy it next week when I get paid for my next payment. So payday's coming up soon. But remember, I only get paid for stuff I complete and work on. So yeah, kind of sucks. But hey, I want to show you guys something else. Let's see what I've got here. So yeah, I'm actually going to demonstrate something since I'm here. Since I'm always Judd the Stud Gods. Dude, you're an OG. You're from back in the day. Hell yeah, all the OGs are coming out today. I will say one thing I love, and I'm not trying to wave my dick around, but I love how like I have my unique viewer base. Like in other channels, there's always like the same sort of people, but when I stream, there's people who are only on my stream or only on my videos that you never really see anywhere else. And but then let's see if I can play this here. So yeah, this is a track I made, can't even remember, I think 1.5 years ago. This track was inspired by Watch Dogs. I'm not sure if anybody's ever played the video games, you know, Watch Dogs, hacking, 80s, that sort of thing. Manuel, you are going to fucking love this. If you are still here, Manuel, I guarantee you're going to not be able to say anything because you will have your dick in your hand. But this is, this is a slower track I made, so the track originally sounded like this. Give me a sec here. Stop to make me blush. I can't get an erection because I'm So it starts off as a very suspenseful track. It's at Merquanta. Holy shit! All the OGs are out today. Hey Merquanta, long time no see. But the reason I slowed the track down to let you guys hear it was, we can completely change this track with just upping the BPM and adding some aggressive drums. But Lex, man, that's not possible, right? I mean, we're essentially changing the genre. Phaser. I don't even know what phaser is. If you give me a second, I'll Google it real quick, because I probably heard of it and not even... It's a VST, I'm guessing, right? Blue Cat's phaser. Analog modeled phasing effect plugin. Is that the same one? Blue Cat? I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff. I've had to get too many instruments to count. Because I've just... you know how like a guy who works outdoors, like a contractor, builds up his tools? He has like 5-6 grand worth of like physical tools. I've been doing the same thing with my audio equipment. I've just been buying this and buying that, and over time it's amounted to 4 digits. But don't rob me. But anyway, this is what you get when you take it. I know. Judge me all you want, son of a bitch. But this is what we get when we take that same track, speed it up, and add a beat. Imagine like Beverly Hills Cop, they're on a drug sting, they're sneaking into the building to catch the guys. Again, me too, brother. Here comes the drum. And there we go. We just turned something from a suspenseful Scarface, Miami Vice style, suspenseful crime song into a damn good dance floor track. And yes, guys, this entire song was made using less than $50 worth of equipment. Not counting the $150 software, but yeah. So next time some asshole tells you gotta spend $200 on a high quality analog super duper ultra fucking blah 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 VST, and they're talking shit. And that's coming from me, because well, let me just prove it to you. Yeah, I've got all the high quality shit. Like I said, I'm a man of my word. I've got everything. I've got the OPX Pro 2. Nope. I've got the Arturia suite. I've got the other stuff, such as the OPX Pro 2. It's another $150 synth. Very beautiful synth I'd like to add. And that's what $150 get you, brother. But yeah, that's the other tier, the super duper ultra programmable. You know, this is you know, you could use this to make Hollywood stuff. It's very high end stuff. But again, the more high end you get, the less workflow you get, because the more work you need to put into it, the more custom programming and all that other stuff and all the other things to look into. As I've mentioned, old school Vive V2. Let me just listen to this real quick to figure out what the fuck this is, because I've got so many projects I can't remember what half them are. Oh, yes. So, yes, I can do Sega stuff. What if I told you I can do Street Fighter, Final Fight style stuff as well? The OBS Stream, as you guys can see on screen, is a synthesizer developed by Ali James Lab. If you look at the very top, you can see it. This is the same man who made the VSDSX and the VSDSX and the FM drive. Now, Ali James is an engineer. He is not part of a company. He's not a big guy. If you buy something from Ali James, he literally just emails you himself personally with a customized version of the software registered to you. So Ali James is a genius, an absolute genius engineer who makes some of the finest instruments that you've ever seen. And well, I'll let the song speak for itself. Now, all of this, every single thing you're about to hear, was composed on Ali James software. This entire song was composed on less software that costs $45. So $45, there's no way you can make anything good for that price, right? Well, there you go. I'm not familiar with Rygar predictions. I need to look back into my Atari Lynx stuff. But I'll try and do a cover of it in the future, if possible. There we go. And that's what $45 gets you. So next time someone tells you gotta spend this much money to buy something, don't listen to them, because the way I see it is, ask yourself this. I do this for a living. I do this for a hobby. I make stuff all the time. I literally do not have time to go on Reddit and bitch and moan about this synthesizer or that synthesizer. So ask yourself, the next time someone's bitching at you on Reddit or whining on Reddit or telling you gotta do this and gotta do that, ask yourself this. If they're as smart and as talented as they say they are, then why the fuck are they on Reddit? If they've got that much free time, why are they not spending it composing? Why are they not spending it improving themselves or improving their projects? Ask yourself these questions. I mean, nobody on Reddit knows I exist. I've got literally no sway on Reddit, but what do you say? I mean, I'm sitting demonstrating shit right here, so you see what I mean. So I'm gonna actually I'll let you guys hear something that I am very proud of. Actually, this is now this is going to go on my YouTube. Now I know a bunch of you guys saw the whole King's Wholesale thing. I actually played it on a live stream. If you missed it and you came in late, don't worry, you'll be able to see it on the live stream. But I made a commercial called King's Wholesale. My username on Steam and on VR is King. So I made this commercial, King's Wholesale, come down to King's, you know, come on, let's get down to King's. I know Manuel saw it, so I've got a brand new project coming up, and I've got a lot of connections to some dance clubs and stuff in VR, and people that have full body tracking. So what I'm going to do is my next project is an 80s style aerobics video, like, you know, those, Globo Gym from the movie Dodgeball. Get down at Globo Gym, you know, bam, 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 Globo Gym, all that sort of stuff with actual dancers in VR. So what I did was I took the King's Wholesale song that I made. It's not actually been released. If anybody would like me to release that, I know some of you have heard it. If you would like me to actually upload that as an official track for you guys to listen to, tell me in chat and I'll upload it tomorrow. If you guys would like that. Manuel, if you could contact me about any of the MIDI files you want, I'm more than happy to send them. The only ones I cannot send you are the ones that I do for work or ones that are used in other projects because it's legal bullshit. But any of these tracks you want me to send you the MIDI files, I will not only send you the MIDI file, but I will send you a design document to Hotline Miami 1 or 2 game soundtrack. Big inspiration for me, Hotline Miami 1 and 2 was, at the time it came out, this is back when synthwave was just getting started. It's like they say the best 80s music was made in 2006, but Hotline Miami helped popularize that thing. But this new commercial is going to be a workout commercial. So what I did was I took the King's Wholesale thing, and I looked at the track and I said, how can I make this bouncy? It's designed as a commercial track. There's no way I can do this. So I completely revamped everything. Every single thing in the track has been redone. There is no retro keys, nothing. Everything, the entire track has been redone apart from the bass. Everything has been recreated in the OBS Stream. And this is a result. No, Beavis, I haven't. I just haven't bought any fragrances. I moved out. A bunch of stuff happens. Long story. We'll explain later. Hit me up in DMs. I'll give you my Discord. But here's the rest of the song. Now, to clarify, Manuel has heard this. But as you can see here, the King's Wholesale riff is the same as a commercial. If I can find the fucking thing. Where is the pointer? The pointer, oh, there it is. The pointer is not showing on the taskbar, which is kind of annoying. Yes. So as you hear, that's the exact same melody. I mean, that is literally copy and paste notes. Come on, let's get down to King's, cause he has the greatest prices. You know, it's the exact same melody, but because we changed the synth, sped up the BPM, and added a little bit more oomph and a little bit more reverb, completely changes the song. You can love this, man. Well, here comes the Madonna. And they come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see the difference. So what I've done is I've actually got lyrics for this song. So for that main part there, so it's going to be a VR video, and horrors in VR are called e-thoughts, like a thought in real life, but e-thoughts. So lyrics are going to be all, similar to like, are you sick of being an e-nut? Why not try becoming an e-thought? Work your body, feel the muscles burn. Get down to king fit. So when you do that lyric with it, You're sick of being an e-nut. Why not try being an e-nut? Work your body, make the muscles burn. Get down to king fit. You will have trouble picking up chicks. When you find the subjects, like guys with hot butts. Get down to king fit. Yeah, so I've got two people on board. I've got a singer and I've got a voice actor. So the singer's obviously going to do the whole "Do you wanna be an e-thought?" and all that stuff, and the lyrics and shit. And the voice actor is going to do the 80s voice, get down to king fits and stuff. I've got a bunch of people on board who are going to be doing the whole voice stuff. So they're going to be like, I'm going to film them working out in VR. And they're going to be like, before I joined KingFit, I was an internet loser who played League of Legends all day. Now I have no time to play that because I'm too busy getting my dick sucked. Thanks, KingFit. And I'm going to have the voice actor, are you a little super bitch boy with no balls? Well, you get your ass down to KingFit and turn that body from an E-Not into an E-Thought. And shit like that. So, it should be pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. Coronavirus really delayed production because everybody was running to see their families and getting supplies, and people in a lot of my friends are in the military and shit. So it was a real pain in the ass. It really fucked up production, like Jesus Christ. Because KingFit is gonna need like a lot of people. So there's a guy I know, right, and he actually does aerobic workouts in VR. And it's the real deal. He has like 35 people, and they're all lined up on gym mats in VR and full body. And they're all, work it to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Now rest, left, right, left, right. And it's the real deal. It's 100% authentic as fuck. So I spoke to the guy and I said, I've already predictions. I've already got a guy. I've got a guy. He's actually the same guy who actually I got him a job at my company as well, because he's such a good voice actor. I actually got him a job, and yeah, he's killing it. He needs a bit of a confidence boost, but he's a good lad. Even though he has a fucking crush on me, but never mind that. It's another story. It's another side effect of VR bullshit, But now this aerobics thing is a real deal. So I spoke to the owner. I said, listen, hi there. I'm actually a guy who likes to make videos in VR. Is it cool if I come into your studio one time and just film? And he said, hey, no problem. And it was the most awkward thing because I actually, pardon me. I feel a lot better now. God damn it. Never speak while drinking, but I went in while they were doing the workouts, and I went in on the afternoon session, and there was like 12 people there. Wasn't too many people. And I was like walking around with the camera out with my just to summarize, I'm gonna unplug these things real quick. So I've got these in my hands in real life, these VR controllers, and I'm pulling up the camera and I'm holding the camera and I'm like walking, to and forth, like, excuse me, don't mind me, just, there we go, yep, there we go, sorry, and getting all this footage. So I spoke to him and he said, listen, why do you come back in the morning session? And obviously this is US time, so I had to so I came back in the morning, and he said there'll be a few more people there. And by a few more, he meant like 12 people. There was literally like 35, 40 people all working out, and I got some great footage. Oh my God. I got some outstanding footage from that. So King Fit could be pretty cool. Who knows, this may even evolve into a collaboration between me and the studio. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I'm going to spray a little bit more of this stuff. I know I'm going through it like water, but I just love the fucking smell so much. If you guys don't buy a bottle of this, I'll come to your houses and fuck your wives. I mean, what? But legit. So let's analyze this real quick. Very simple track. You might be thinking, look at this shit. Look at this mess on screen. God, this is a mess. So I'm going to move my camera down. And you can see the actual composition here. You see? What a mess, right? So let's do what we did before. Let's break this entire track down. Put myself in the bottom left. This fragrance is by Mr. Smelly himself. Mr. Smelly, Dan Naughton, and Matt Wilson have made this, and it is called Gravitas Porom by Naughton and Wilson. I received my bottle yesterday, and believe it or not, Mr. Matt Wilson himself delivered it to my house. Yeah, I knew it was coming, but he lives very close to me, and I didn't realize this, and I just opened the door in my shitty sweatpants like I'm wearing now, and he was like, "Hey, I'm on the dance, boys," and I was like, "Oh shit, I've seen you around." It was weird, but amazing smelling stuff. Great. It will be reviewed in about a week. I'm going to say a week. That way when I upload it in 2 days, you guys will be like, "Oh my god, he surprised us." But I'm going to break down this song and then I'm going to head off. So let's look at what we got here. Now, what makes this song this song? Well, we have a bunch of things. Let's start off with a beat. Very simple beat. And what about the bass? What's that sound like? Right, so we got all that stuff, right? Now let's listen to the first instrument we hear, right? The very start is this. Yeah, for sure, definitely. It sounds almost a little prissy, right? There's no way that can be a dance song, but then you combine it with the bass and the beat, and what do we get? You hear the difference there? Just adding those simple things in can change it from a 6 to a 10. So never, ever, ever underestimate a particular sound. Remember, there was a guy on YouTube who made an entire dance song using a fingerprint. He went to a frozen window. You know when you run your finger down a window and it goes. He basically went and he put that into FL, and he took the sound, and it sounded like ba 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 ba. Actually, I think I've got this song actually, but it'll take me a while to find it. But he basically went and he modified it, so it was like and he had the beat and the bass, and it's like ba 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 ba. It was a really, really, really good song. All from a fingerprint. So never underestimate anything. So I've moved on from that. I've got the bass, the beat. We've got the main first instrument. So what's the next instrument that comes up here? Very simple instruments, and then we get this. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Now here's the thing, guys. Even though there's no beat and there's no bass, listen to the difference when all these three sounds are combined. obviously later on we combine the first two with the and to clarify, that sound at the bottom is very basic. So you hear how basic the sound is? I mean, there's no way these sounds can make anything decent, right? But then we add in the bass and the beat, and what do we get? Now, you might be thinking, Lex, man, you're making this sound too easy. Well, actually I am, because there's two little tools helping me out here, and these are the Fruity Reverb and the Sound Goodizer. I mean, I must be a fucking noob, right, using the Sound Goodizer? Now let's listen to it, right? Here's the Goodizer by itself. Now, one thing I like to mention, the Sound Goodizer sounds cheap, garbage, right? But I'll let you in a little secret. The Sound Goodizer is actually Maximus. Now, Maximus is a piece of mastering software developed by ImageLine, who make FL Studio. It's a very, very powerful piece of mastering software, but you need to learn how to use it to make the most out of it. So what they did was they said, okay, not everybody can afford Maximus and the premium versions of the software, but people want to make good sound. So they took 4 main presets of Maximus and added them to the Sound Goodizer. That way you just use the presets, boom, it does all the work for you. So it must sound pretty garbage, right? I mean, something that cheap must sound like shit. No predictions. I work in the pinball industry. I don't work for film production, but I am. If George the Fragrance Apprentice offers me a job, I'm not gonna say no. Subtle hint. Peer pressure always works. George, give me a job or my community's gonna fuck you. I mean, what? I'm only kidding. But back to my topic. Here's what it sounds like without any fancy effects. Pretty good, right? Now let's add in the Sound Goodizer, just by itself. Let's listen to it. Still pretty good, right? But you know what? I think we can do better. That's where the reverb comes in. Now, Fruity Reverb, again, I'm using the presets here. It adds 3: Cathedral, Drum Room, Large Hall, and Small Studio, and Venue. Pay attention to the little diagrams here. You notice how Venue, now up here is Drum Room. Very, very small, very, very contained. It's a drum room, percussion. Look at the differences here. Venue only has 1, 2, 3, 4, so I think it's 10 sides. If it would stop rotating, that would really help. But you see how the difference in the layout is and how the sound goes? So let's disable the Sound Goodizer and listen to it with just the reverb. Still decent, but again, why should it be decent? Why should we settle for 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 when we can go for 9 out of 10? That's where the Goodizer comes in. And what do we get? We add both of them in together. Now, you might be thinking, how do I get the drums to sound so awesome? Well, same thing. Same thing I apply to the synthesizers, I apply also to the drums. So, go delete both of these in the channel 1 and channel 2, which is where the drums are, right? So let's listen to the difference here real quick. Drums are still there. I'm going to mute every single thing apart from the drums just to demonstrate the power of your extra little tools. So here we go with the basic drums. God, those sound garbage like a Casio keyboard. What the fuck? They need some reverb. The drums, they're supposed to be pooh, pooh, pooh. Let's do that. And we use a basic drum room preset. And let's listen. little bit better, right? Yeah, it sounds more like drums. But we're making a workout song. I want you to feel the energy. I need to push that shit to the limit, to the 11, to the max. So we get the sound goodizer involved. Listen to the difference. But remember guys, if you use sound goodizer, you're an amateur, a noob, a nobody. You see what I mean? Don't listen to people on Reddit or people on forums, blah blah blah. Predictions. Are you talking music composition software or instruments? I think there's one that's free called Reaper. I think Reaper's free. I said this to Killa just the other day. The software you choose, you're in for the long haul. Once you pick a piece of software and you start making on it, you're in for the long haul, whether you like it or not. Because, yeah. But if you want to do live recordings, go for something like Ableton. If you're like me and you do a lot of electronic synthesizer composing, FL Studio is the software for you, because it, as you see here with the piano roll and stuff, it's very focused on composition, you know. And again guys, don't feel pressure. So I'm using the deep saw right now, right? So let's say I mute everything apart from that, right? Everything is muted apart from this and the bass. I mean, listen to, you can do anything with that combination. And that was pulled up my ass. I actually don't know, actually. If you give me a sec, I'll Google it for you. Studio. I don't recommend buying my version. I paid a lot of money for mine. You can download the trial. I recommend downloading the trial and trying it out before you spend any money. Give me a sec. I can't find the fucking store. I'm trying to find the comparison thing. FL Studio, if I can find the fucking store. Editions, there we go. Which edition is right for you? So, for £76, you get the basic version. £153, you get the slightly unlocked version that has a bunch of instruments. I would recommend the 153 version if you're doing stuff like that, but I would definitely use a trial. No, not at all. You can ask as many questions as you like, actually. I've got I have to end this stream soon, guys, because I have shit I need to do. But no, never apologize for asking questions. Like I said, I had nobody to help me when I got started, so I'm more than happy to help other people. That's me. Like all these, like I said, all this style of music, that quote Lex sound that people talk about, that was developed by me. I mean, here's another example of versatility. Of a good song is versatile. I mean, look at Smooth Criminal. You can play Smooth Criminal on a fucking stylophone, a harmonica, a piano, a keyboard, guitar, and it will still sound good because it's a good melody. So, for example, here's the same theme, but in 8-bit. Before I go on, I could probably demonstrate one more 8-bit, but no predictions. No, you're not bothering me whatsoever, my guy. Seriously. If you asked me this an hour ago, no problem. But I need to end the stream soon because I literally have an event I need to do later in VR. Otherwise I'd stay on here for another hour, no problem. But definitely download most software will allow you to have a trial version. Do that. But as I've said before, your software is your garage, like a garage band. The garage itself isn't that important. It's what you put in that garage. So you can have the shittiest, most rundown, mouldy, rat-infested garage. But if you've got a good bass player, a good drummer, a good main vocalist, you're gonna make some amazing shit. Whereas you're going to have the most fancy upmarket garage with silk pillows and shit. But if you have a shit bass player, a shit vocalist using fucking Walmart guitars and drums, you ain't going to make jack. So, you know, it comes down to you, essentially. Now, who wants to hear the more embarrassing part of Lex's life? Reverse portions of the track or overlay... Reverse... I've got no idea because I've never used FL for mixing. Everybody asks, but I've never actually used FL for mixing. I've always used it for composing and used external software for mixing. Believe it or not. If you want to do more live mixing sort of stuff, Ableton Live is the stuff you're going to want. And I'm not the expert on that. You're going to want to speak to Killer Frags. He uses that. But this is actually an old school rave track I made. I'm talking cringy 1990s chav scumbag rave, the sort of shit you listen to when you're high on fucking meth. So this is the rave generator, and it's completely free. It does not cost a penny. All we do is we can, I mean, again, the rave generator is so fucking good. We can just mute everything and just use the drums, you know, just. Have I ever used FL to get a girl into bed? I actually have, believe it or not. It has worked. No shit. I have used FL to get a girl into bed. I like to go by Funny Likes the Fanny. But anyway, this is a track I made a long ass time ago. Old school, hardcore, Wigan Pier, chav, meth head rave. Attack is basically the aggressiveness. Attack, sustain, stuff like that. You adjust those to get the sound you want. Let me restart the track from scratch, my apologies. boys, here it comes! And there you go, man. Unfortunately, I haven't bought any apart from Parfans Vintage. Parfans Vintage I've been recommending so much because they're so goddamn good. The funny thing is, I said years ago, I said clones are going to be the future. No, Lex, you're talking bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. Clones are not the future. And look how many clone houses we have, and look how many of them are making serious bank. Yeah, it's like when I tell people Oud would be the next big thing. No, you don't know what you're talking about, Lex. Oud's not popular, it stinks, blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly everybody's all Oud this and Oud that, Gucci Oud, Chanel Oud, Dior Oud. And suddenly everyone's all Oud, Oud. But I'm a dumbass, so what would I know? Let's see. One more track. One more. Is this the one? Please tell me this is the one, baby. No, it's not. Fuck that shit. I've got one more I want to show you guys before I head off. It's another rave track that I made, but Night Raver, is this the one? Oud is good, agreed, but we're talking about the general public. The general public did not give a shit about Oud until Dior and stuff started being all, it's the greatest thing ever, oh my god. Oh, please do not mention that on this stream. I'm trying to stay drama free as possible. I was actually invited to a stream 2 days before the Killer stream, and that certain person was there, so I didn't want no drama, my dude, so I was like, oh, fuck. I might go on it next time just to show face, to show that I'm not scared of shit. But I actually kind of wish I did now, just to prove a point. I'm not scared, I don't give a fuck. It's kind of a pussy move. If I wasn't so fucking busy, I would have totally did it. Alright, here we go. This is the one. This is the final track I can show you guys, and then I've really got to head off because I've got shit to do and I really need to take a piss. But here we go. You ready, guys? 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Comes. Oh, such goodness. So what's it pitched at? It's pitched at 200. Let's pitch it to 600 and see how it sounds for shits and gigs. Fuck it, it's got all the way. It's got 1200 cents pitch. Message attracted? What the fuck was that? Now I know why it's kept at 200 pitches. Let's fucking pitch it down. I'm gonna dish you right now. I'm going to dish you right now. Fucking hell. Anyway, guys. Hell yeah. I had a lot of fun today. Showed you guys a lot of stuff. Hopefully taught some of you something. or inspired some of you, and yeah, this was fun. I think it's the first time I've actually done a stream focused on the music and the inner workings. I know you guys have seen me do like simple stuff, but hopefully you guys learned a little. Pitch it at 400. Fuck it, let's do it. 400, let's do it. It might fuck up because of the timing. Just had to cut these sounds down. Let's try it at 200 again. I don't care about the sounds, I care about the voices. The voices are affected by pitch even more. Yeah, it's staying at 200 because the voice sounds better. But anyway, I hope you guys had fun. I know it wasn't very fragrance oriented, but I've never done a stream like this where I just show off the music and how it works and everything, and how simple it actually is to make good shit to all these fucking idiots you see online. Like, God, you gotta get an engineering degree, it takes 4 years, and then you've gotta buy this advanced software, and it costs $2,000, and then you gotta buy a $200 synth, and then you gotta link it to a MIDI controller that also costs $350, but you gotta buy this exact one from this brand that I like and no one else likes. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. You ever see Rick Wakeman on Reddit? You ever see fucking you ever see fucking, what's his name, Jan Hammer bitching about synths? You ever see fucking Rick Wakeman, Jan Hammer? You ever see fucking Harold Faltermeyer bitching on Reddit about his synths? No, you don't. And you know why you never hear about these guys bitching when they were doing their things back in the day? You know why you never heard these guys bitching or moaning or whining? Because they didn't have fucking time to do it. They were too busy creating new stuff, trying out new ideas, trying out new projects. That's why, okay? The people whining, the people on Reddit and on forums bitching and whining, you gotta use this and you must use that and you must use my settings and my exact brand. Ask yourself, why are they on Reddit? If these guys are so smart, why are they on Reddit? If these guys are as talented and as smart as they say they are, why aren't they busy at the keyboard, at their computer, at their fucking piano, at their guitar? Huh? If they have that much free time to bitch about shit on fucking Reddit and online forums, then they clearly don't know what they're talking about. Because if you're as passionate or as knowledgeable as you say you are, you don't have time to bitch. Because you're too busy trying to produce shit, trying out new ideas, trying out this, trying out that. Got new software, got a new keyboard, got this, got that. Want to try it out. You don't have time to whine or bitch or cry. Because you're too busy literally doing shit, man. Just remember that. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream with that because that's a fucking good quote. Just remember that, brothers. Pleasure to see you all. I'm not dead. I'm gonna get back in the game soon. I'll see how things go. And hell yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in my next review. And remember, keep on smelling fly.